What is up, guys? My name is Hassan, and welcome back to another dividend investing. And also, Happy New Year. A lot of people are setting new goals for 2020, and I'm also setting goals in terms of my finances or in terms of dividend investing. So take a look. So for 2020, I have three three portfolios that are public. That means I'm willing to share with people, and my current total, if you look at here, is $21,000. So in Robinhood, I have about, if we pull it up, I have about $12,000. And then in my M1 Finance, I have about $6,000. And then in Amin Housing, I have about $3,000, which is a private real estate corporation, or it's a REIT outside of the stock market. And I think that this is a very good move for me because I don't want to tie up all my money in the stock market. This gives me a chance to go outside the box in terms of investing in other places and reducing my risk in case we have a market correction or a crash. So I have three goals. Currently, I'm at $21,000, and for the year 2020, I want to see if I can double it, and hopefully I should be able to do it. So Robinhood, I want it to reach $20,000. M1 Finance, I want it to be $10,000. And then Amin Housing, which I have $3,000 currently, and I want it to make it up to $10,000. So if I add all three of them up, I get about almost $40,000 an investment. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my M1 Finance portfolio and the various ways I track the company. In addition, I'm going to show you guys the monthly dividend I receive month after month using my tracker. As always, before I continue, I have to give you guys a quick disclaimer just to give you guys a perspective. I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I know you personally or your financial situation. I am not responsible for any of your gains or losses in the stock market. My suggestions are only suggestions. That does not mean you go out and buy these stocks. Also, I'm not here to certify if a certain company is halal or haram. And it's just a place for you to start your own due diligence. So start using my videos as a guide for or beginning or start place, and then you carry on. Remember, you have to hold yourself accountable. I'm just here, a random guy on YouTube who has been investing for a long time, and I'm just sharing you guys or teaching you guys how to invest. But at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable because you are the one who's making those deals. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you guys. So for one day, I'm up about 0.7% or $43. You guys can see that right here. For if we look at it for the 1 week, I'm down $5. And then if we go to the 1 month, I'm up 6% or $351, $43, $351. And then for 1 quarter, 13%. And then if we look at 1 year, I'm up about 19%. And how I'm going to get to this 19% here, I think that this is very irrelevant and it's not showing us the whole picture. But another thing I want to show you guys, and then my, say, all time, I'm about 16%, 16.6. If I go here, I shows you that overall my total gain is $588. Actually, this account is about 1 year old, more or less. And I receive, and if you look at under the earned dividend, I receive $198.76. There's two numbers here. The total gain or the market gain here is very emotional. This number, it changes. It goes up and down, but my earned dividend, it stays the same. It never changes. This is the money that I already have locked in, and it can't change. I already bought new companies with that, reinvested that money. But my market gain, it can change on a day-to-day basis. All right, so I want to show you guys the S&P 500 right now. So let's pull that up. How my 19% for the year is very irrelevant. So here, if we look at, this is the S&P 500, and if you look at it for the year, it's up about, since 1 year, it's up about 28% or 20, or let's just say it's up almost 30%, which is a large amount. It's beyond great, but I think that this is very misleading, and it's like will hype up people. People will show their accounts, oh, I'm up 30%, 40%, but in reality, it's very misleading. It's not. They're not showing you the whole picture. So if we go on the 5 years, and then just look at the past 2 years. So if we have this 2019, let's just go to January. Just okay, okay. No, let's just try to. Okay, so let's look here. So December 22nd, 2017. So 2 years. If we look at these numbers, it's showing us 20%. And if we take the 20% and we divide it by 2, which is got about 10%. And that's just that's just an average return. Simply put, this 30% that we saw last year, I think it doesn't really mean anything if in the long run or in the last 2 years, 3 years, it averages out to be 10%, just to make themselves look good. In reality, if you look at it in the long run, they're not really up much. All right, so I'm going to show you guys my M1 Finance, or the holdings I'm currently having. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and you hit the like button. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm. So let's look at my holdings. So instead of showing you guys my holdings, I'm actually going to show you guys my tracking sheet, and then I'll get to my holdings. So let's do the last few months. So here we can see in May, I'm up about $16. This is cash dividend. June, $14. July, $14. And then we see August, $17. And then we see September, $18. October, $15. And then November, another $18. These are cash dividend I'm receiving on my M1 Finance. This is the money I haven't have to work for it. It's just paying me money just for holding my company. And if I average it out, or average the last 6 months, I'm getting about $16 per month, which is great. It's going to continue to grow, because if you look at the overall trend of my monthly M1 Finance monthly dividend, it's increasing, and it will continue to increase. So if you guys, a lot of you guys are dividend investing, and that if you haven't made one of these charts, I highly recommend you make one of these trackers where you can track how much money you're receiving passive while you sleep. Just track how much you're making month after month. That actually will motivate you to be more frugal and take more money, save more money, and invest more money. All right, so here, another thing, the total so far is $139 that I received for just sleeping and just holding on to these companies. And these are some of my holdings. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to take you guys to another Excel sheet. If I go to my sheet 2, actually sheet 3, and this actually shows you my cash flow. So I have about a total of 27 different companies. Almost all of them are paying me monthly. And there are a few other companies that I added recently. So if you look at this chart, that you can see that majority of my funding, or majority of my cash flow that I'm getting, are from these 3 companies, which are in the oil sector, which is very risky. And you guys should take a look into PBA and MMP. They're solid companies, but VET, the one that I'm receiving about $62, stay away from that. It's a little bit risky. It's not for everybody, but they pay me. They're paying me almost. VET is almost paying me $62. So these are some of my companies. I have like Texas Instrument, Macy's, National Instrument, VFC, and then I have Honeywell, Pets, Waste Management, Microsoft. So you can see that majority of my money are coming from these right here. And then I have other companies who are giving me a little bit less than, majority of my companies giving me a little bit less than $10. That's why I want to grow this account until up to $10,000. So now let's show you guys my holding. So here I have PBA 15 shares, VET 29 shares, and then MMP 6 shares, Nvidia, Macy's, and then I have 3M, Broadcom, Pfizer, and here on the side, here showing you guys the annual dividend they're paying me. And if we look at it, there's something I want to show you guys that stand out is that the most I'm receiving is from annually is from Broadcom. They just had a recent increase that they're paying almost $11 and I think 25 cents or $11.20 per share, which is a lot. And then another thing that this tracker does for me is that it gives me the total amount that I will be receiving. So for the next 12 months, I'll be receiving $238 by having all these 27 holdings. Another thing I want you guys to check out these 3 of these companies, EMR, GPC, and then GNTX. Take a look at it. These are solid companies with very low debt, and these are my dividend growth playing. All of them are my dividend growth playing, but this one, this one just is very new to my. These are new addition. Another thing I want to show you guys is my income by percentage. So you can see here another graph that I made. It's actually a pie chart. Majority of my income are coming from PBA 11%, VET 26% of my income, and then MMP gives me another 11% of my income, and then I have like Macy's, which is another 6% here, and then I have 3M, which is giving me 5%, and then Pets is also giving me another 4% of income, and then 3M, Pfizer. These are other companies that are contributing to my cash flow that I'm getting on a monthly basis, and I take those money and I reinvest it. Guys, I'm going to end it here. I don't want to make the video too long. So these are my holdings. Take a look at it. These are some solid companies. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you. See you next time.